The theme of the new chapter I will start today, the Mauryan Empire. The theme of this chapter is the Mauryan Empire, the rises of the first empire in India, Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka, impact of the battle of Kalinga and on Ashoka. Concept of Ashoka's Dham. So what is the concept timeline? It's a very important part. Chandragupta established Mauryan Empire 350 CE. Ashoka succeeded the throne 250 CE. Pushpamitra Sunga defeated. So it will be I think 150 to 100 150. So CE. The most important thing in this chapter, what is an empire? What is an empire? When a militarily strong state conquers other states and incorporates them into a larger political union, an empire is formed in is formed in 322 BCE, Magadha under the rule of Chandragupta Maurya began to assert its power over neighboring areas situated on rich alluvial soil and near mineral deposits such as iron. Magadha was at the center of bustling commerce and trade. The source of our knowledge about the Mauryan Empire is based on the source given. Arthashastra by Kautilya is a book on statecraft. The most important thing, Arthashastra is a very important book written by Kautilya, is a book on statecraft. Kautilya, also known as Chanakya. Kautilya, also known as the second name of Kautilya is Chanakya, was Chandragupta's chief minister and a mentor. Who was a Chandragupta's chief minister and mentor. It gives us a picture of administration, society and the economy of the country. In this book, he explains the organization of a strong and efficient government and the duties of an efficient ruler. So the Sanskrit play Mudraksha by Vishakadatta, undertaken by Chandragupta Maurya. The Sanskrit play Mudraksha by Vishakadatta is political literature revealing the struggle undertaken by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Chanakya to overthrow the Nandas. It also offers an insight into Chandragupta's life. So now next thing, the most important thing is chapter Indica written by Megasthenes. Who has written Indica by Megasthenes? The most important thing in this chapter number 10. So Indica written by Megasthenes, the Greek traveler, gives an account of Mauryan's capital, its administrative system and social life. The Cyclones, the Divamasa, the Mahavamsa give the accounts of the Buddhist conversion of Ceylon. They have also helped in reconstructing the history of Ashoka's ruler in proper chronology. The rock edicts of Ashoka also provide information about the Mauryan ruler. Mauryan rule. The Mauryan Empire 322 to 185 before Christ BC. The Mauryan Empire marks a new epoch in the history of India. It was a period of infection of the territories, which was fragmented kingdoms under different rulers. Moreover, trade routes between Europe and India paved the way for contact with the outside the world. It was a period when politics, art, trade and commerce flourished. Chandragupta Maurya. Who was Chandragupta Maurya? Chandragupta Maurya is the important part of this chapter and Ashoka. both of the important part of this chapter. So I will start the Chandragupta. Who was Chandragupta? Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of the Mauryan Empire. After establishing himself firmly on the throne of Magadha, Chandragupta set out to expand his empire. He conquered the whole of northern India up to the river Indus. Chandragupta had vast resources, hence he could maintain a huge army. In 305 BCE, before Christ, he defeated Seleucus Nicator. Chandragupta Maurya was defeated Seleucus Nicator and northern western India was liberated from Greek control. उसने क्या कर लिया? ग्रीक को पूरी तरीके से कंट्रोल में कर लिया. Seleucus surrendered Afghanistan and Balochistan, and also gave his daughter Helen's hand in marriage. 500 and also his daughter Helen's hand in marriage to Chandragupta. In return, Chandragupta presented Seleucus with 500 horse elephants. Seleucus sent Megasthenes as an ambassador to the court of Chandragupta and wrote an account of his travels in his book Indica. Who has written Indica? Megasthenes written Indica. Chandragupta, who ruled from 324 to 297 before Christ, was the architect of the first Indian imperial power. Imperial means connected with the empire, with its capital at Patliputra near modern day Patna in Bihar. The rule of his remarkable king came to an end in 297 BCE before Christ. After ruling for 24 years, Chandragupta abdicated. Abdicate means abdicate. Abdicate. It means give up the throne. The ruler of this remarkable king came to an end in 297 BCE before Christ. After ruling for 24 years, Chandragupta abdicated the throne. Abdicated means gave up the throne in favor of his son Bindusara and became a Jain ascetic. He led such an eccentric life that he starved himself to death in order to attain nirvana. His son Bindusara extended the empire into central India and parts of southern India. Only the kingdom of Kalinga was unconquered at the time of his death. His son Ashoka succeeded him in 273 BCE. Ashoka. It's a very important part. The first important part is Chandragupta, Megasthenes, Indica, and next important part Ashoka. Through Ashoka is known was the greatest king of the India. Historians learned about him only in the 19th century. In 1837, a British scholar named James Prince. The inscription on the pillars and rock that are found in many parts of India. The script was identified as Brahmini and was concluded that Ashoka and the ruler named Devanam Piyadasi were one of the same person, and inscription discovered by him in 1950. So as use the name Ashoka along with the other name. These inscriptions gave historians valuable information about Ashoka's rule and the extent and condition of his empire. The land he ruled stretched from the Himalayas in Nepal to Mysore. In the south from Afghanistan, in the northwest of the banks of the river Brahmaputra in the east. In the west, his territory covered Saurashtra and Junagadh. So, in the west, his territory covered Saurashtra and Junagadh. Kalinga was one of the kingdoms which remained unconquered and hostile when Ashok succeeded to the throne. It was an important to Ashoka from a geographical point of view, since the route to South India, both by land by sea, both by land and sea, passed through it. It would also bring prosperity to the Mauryan Empire. It was for these reasons that Ashoka attacked Kalinga. So these type of reason Ashoka attacked Kalinga. So tomorrow I will discuss regarding the Battle of Kalinga. Thank you.